Halloween is creeping closer, not with a polite knock, but with the kind of chill that slithers down your spine while you're holding your Nintendo Switch. Tonight, the soft glow of that handheld screen transforms your cozy room into a miniature horror theater. Just you, your console, and the creatures waiting in the darkness beyond the pixels. Sure, you might be used to colorful quests with Mario or heartwarming adventures with Pokemon. This isn't that kind of night. Halloween calls for cold sweats, for ghostly whispers, for the kind of mysteries better left untouched. And the Nintendo Switch will not save you from what lurks within these worlds. If anything, playing in handheld mode only brings the terror closer to your face, one breath away. Maybe you'll choose a world where nightmares wear porcelain masks, or a silent seaside town where the water hides ancient hunger. Whatever your pick, make sure all the lights are off. Headphones on. Blanket ready, though it probably won't protect you. These are the games that turn Halloween into an experience you can feel in your bones. Welcome to the list of Charzy 10 Nintendo Switch games to play this Halloween. Ready to press. Start. Bendy and the ink machine drags you into a twisted cartoon studio where ink flows like cursed blood. You play as Henry, a former animator returning to Joey Drew Studios, only to find that his creations have come to life in the worst way possible. The gameplay blends first-person exploration with stealth and puzzle solving, while horrifying cartoon characters stalk every corner. Shadows stretch unnaturally, machinery groans like it's alive, the soundtrack squeals and crackles as if an old projector is playing your doom. On Nintendo Switch, the experience feels intimate and unnerving in handheld mode. Performance is mostly smooth, though textures and lighting are slightly toned down compared to other platforms. What you gain is proximity to fear. The ink demon can appear when you least expect it, right in your face. No major upgrades for Switch, but the portability alone amplifies the haunting atmosphere. A perfect choice to start your Halloween playlist with a creepy smile drawn in ink.
Human nature.
So first, Joey installs this ink machine over our heads.
At this point, I don't get what Joey...
Inspired by Southeast Asian folklore, DreadOut 2 brings a terrifying regional flair not often seen in mainstream horror. You control Linda, a high school girl with a smartphone that doubles as a ghost hunting weapon. The main gameplay mixes exploration, survival, and action combat against restless spirits who died tragically. Some ghosts must be exorcised by snapping their photos. Others charge straight at you, forcing quick reactions and strategic dodges. The Nintendo Switch version delivers a competent experience, though performance is slightly less polished than PC. Still, playing on the Switch makes each ghost encounter feel dangerously personal. Handheld jump scares hit harder when the screen is inches from your eyes. DreadOut 2 stands out because of its cultural roots. Ghosts here aren't generic phantoms. They are figures of legend, Pokong Kuntilanak creatures that carry stories of grief and revenge. This unique identity earns it a rightful place in any Halloween lineup craving a different flavor of fear.
Anak ng araras hirok na tanah garing, ulah ringrang.
If Halloween for you is more about mystery tension and supernatural whispers than blood and monsters, Oxenfree 2 is the ideal choice. You play as Riley returning to her hometown to investigate strange radio disturbances. The gameplay focuses on exploration, dialogue choices, and eerie radio mechanics that open portals to something that shouldn't be here. Conversations feel real and reactive while the atmosphere grows more unsettling with every unexplained signal. On Nintendo Switch, the game performs well in both handheld and docked modes. The UI and fonts are clean and easy to read, which is important since the narrative drives the suspense. Headphones transform the experience completely. Static noises warp into voices. Time fractures. The world bends. No jump scares needed. Oxenfree 2 crawls under your skin and stays there long after you close the game. A perfect pick for a cold October night when the airwaves feel haunted. Darkwood proves that true horror doesn't always screech in your face. It lurks, it watches, it waits. This top-down survival horror game traps you inside a corrupted forest that seems alive and hostile. You scavenge during the day, crafting weapons and barricading windows. When night falls, you hide inside your crumbling shelter, clutching a flashlight while unseen visitors scrape at the walls. The gameplay blends exploration, resource management, and brutal risk-reward choices. Every step away from safety might lead to discovery discovery or doom. On Nintendo Switch, the grainy graphics and eerie sound design make handheld mode especially intense. The controls translate well, though aiming can feel tricky when panic hits. The brilliant part is that nothing jumps out cheaply. Fear grows in your imagination. The lack of visibility and the permadeath option make every scream in the dark feel earned. Darkwood is the perfect Halloween choice for players who want psychological terror that sticks to their mind long after the console sleeps. Limbo is horror distilled into pure shadows. You guide a boy searching for his sister through a monochrome world where everything from a loose wire to a giant spider is designed to kill you. The gameplay combines platforming with clever physics-based puzzles that make survival feel like solving a nightmare. No dialogue, no hints, just the unsettling crunch of dirt and the twitch of a snare waiting to snap shut. On Nintendo Switch, Limbo is smooth and atmospheric whether docked or handheld. The Joy-Con rumble amplifies small shocks, making deaths feel disturbingly tangible. Thanks to its short length, it becomes an ideal Halloween night experience you can finish in one sitting, if you are brave enough to push through the dread. There are no special upgrades on Switch, but the portability enhances immersion. Lights off, headphones on screen close. Suddenly, this quiet horror becomes suffocating. Limbo is proof that fear doesn't need color to be unforgettable. Welcome to a fishing trip straight from a Lovecraftian diary. In Dredge, you captain a tiny fishing boat, collecting resources by day and trying not to lose your sanity when darkness rolls in. The gameplay mixes relaxing exploration with unsettling encounters beneath the waves. What begins as simple fishing slowly mutates. Your catches grow eyes where there shouldn't be eyes. Tentacles writhe under the deck. The ocean whispers. On the Switch, the game performs beautifully with the stylized graphics and eerie ocean ambiance shining on handheld mode. Quick sessions work great during travel, but playing at night alone might make you glance twice at the windows. Upgrades to your boat give a sense of progress, though the pressure to explore at night creates wonderfully agonizing choices return safely or dive deeper into madness. Dredge is a masterpiece of creeping horror perfect for Halloween players who want suspense and insanity instead of gore. Inside is the kind of horror that crawls under your skin quietly, then strikes when you least expect it. You take control of a nameless boy, navigating a dystopian world filled with grotesque experiments, silent watchers, and fates far worse than death. The gameplay combines precise platforming with clever environmental puzzles. Every new area reveals a fresh nightmare, and the storytelling relies entirely on the chilling world around you. No dialogue yet, every moment feels like a scream swallowed by the dark. On Nintendo Switch, the game runs smoothly in both handheld and docked modes with crisp animations that make every terrifying discovery feel disturbingly real. The Joy-Con controls respond tightly, crucial for the more intense chase sequences that rip through the stillness. While the Switch version doesn't add new content, the ability to experience this haunting journey anywhere is its own reward. Play it in bed, lights out, and you might find yourself glancing over your shoulder more than once. Not every Halloween needs pure terror. Some fright comes wrapped in laughter. Luigi's Mansion 3 embraces that playful spookiness perfectly. You explore a giant haunted hotel filled with mischievous ghosts, clever puzzles, and ridiculous slapstick moments. Luigi trembles, gasps, and fumbles with his poltergust vacuum, yet somehow remains a surprisingly brave hero. The gameplay balances exploration, light combat, and satisfying environmental interactions. Every new floor brings its own theme and style, keeping the adventure fresh and whimsical. On Nintendo Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3 looks gorgeous, with polished animations and atmospheric lighting that nails the cartoon horror mood. Local and online co-op with Luigi provides a fun twist, especially if you want a lighter Halloween experience with friends or family. Its charm lies in delivering chills without trauma. This is Halloween for players who want to smile while being scared. Popcorn ready, family friendly, and absolutely packed with spooky personality. Little Nightmares 2 is a playable hallucination. You guide Mono and Six through an alternate reality warped by fear, broadcast signals, and monstrous authority figures. Gameplay blends stealth puzzle solving and tense escapes that make your heart punch your ribs. The world feels handcrafted to unsettle you, mannequins that move when you look away, teachers with necks that stretch like nightmares, and grotesque figures that embody society's darkest tendencies. The Switch version performs well enough, though handheld mode softens some visuals. However, that slight blur increases the dreamlike feeling, sharpening the unease. Combined with headphones, the audio design becomes a horror symphony. Static crackling, distant stomps, frantic breathing. Little Nightmares 2 doesn't rely on cheap scares. It traps you in an anxious trance, making every step feel like trespassing into someone else's nightmare. A perfect Halloween choice if you crave psychological fear wrapped in dark fairy tale beauty. Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water, is pure supernatural dread deeply rooted in Japanese horror. You explore Mount Hikami, a cursed place rumored to connect the living with the dead. Armed with only the camera obscura, you must photograph spirits to exorcise them. Combat feels intimate and terrifying because every shot requires letting ghosts float dangerously close. The gameplay blends exploration puzzle elements and narrative horror that unfolds through chilling encounters and tragic ghost stories. On Nintendo Switch, this updated version benefits from improved visuals, better controls, and gyro aiming that enhances immersion. Handheld mode intensifies everything. The ghost faces inch toward the screen. Your hands shake as you try to capture their weak spots. You feel trapped with them. Additional costumes and the photo mode offer lighter breaks from the terror, but don't let them fool you. Maiden of Black Water is a haunting masterpiece deserving the #1 Halloween slot. Play with headphones. Keep tissues ready for sweat or tears. And that wraps up our terrifying tour of the 10 Nintendo Switch games perfect for Halloween. Some deliver heart-pounding chases, others twist your mind with eerie silence. Whether you want playful ghosts or nightmares that cling to your thoughts, this list has a flavor of fear for every kind of player. Now it's your turn. Which game will you summon this Halloween night? Tell us in the comments below and recommend any hidden horrors we might have missed. If this video gave you chills, show it some love with a like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another spine-tingling adventure. Stay brave. Lights off. Happy Halloween.